today, and I'll be treating a very important topic, which is, are you looking for scholarship abroad? You must start early. You must start early, okay? Are you looking for scholarship abroad? The number one reason people don't get scholarship is because they start too late. And the question is, what do you call late? What you call late and what is late when it comes to the study abroad process are they are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. For example, let me give you a random example. Let's say I want to attend a wedding and I want to go early. How early should I go? Few hours before they start, right? That would be early. If I go even a day before, that's like overly too early, right? But that is attending a wedding party, okay? Now, when people, there are many other things. Let's say, let me look for something. Let's say you want to plan your wedding, right? You want to plan your wedding. How early should you start? So 5 months before, 3 months before, you are still on time, you know. 4 months before, you're still on time. 2 months before, you still make it. 1 month before, man, if you have your money, all the vendors will come and they will be at your beck and call, right? Okay. Let's say you want to plan. There are different things that if you want to do, how early you should start differ, okay? The same way, if you are going to school and you want to arrive early, you may have to leave 1 hour before. If you are going to work and you want to leave and you want to go early, coming 2 hours before, 1 hour even before work starts is early, right? What does this tell you? But let's use work and wedding. But you coming to work 1 hour before is early. But if you want to plan your wedding and you start 1 hour before the wedding time, are you early? No. What does this mean? Early can differ. What is early can differ depending on the event. Now, the mistake people make is that they think that, hey, I want to travel abroad. When? You see somebody say, it's next year. Oh. Melanie, thank you. Somebody tell you, I want to travel abroad next year. And today, man, is next year. So, as it's getting close to that time, then they'll contact Dr. Linda. Dr. Linda, please, I would like to travel, you know, in 2 months' time, 3 months' time. Man, dear, you just missed it. You just missed it. When it comes to travel abroad, what stands as starting early is starting minimum 12 months ahead of time. That is what early is. If you start 18, I started 18 months or even more ahead of time. Whoa, let's say you will not do my style, okay? You start 14 months ahead of time, 13 months ahead of time. You know, these are all still good. If you want to start early, if you want to tell yourself that, yes, you start early, you started early, you should start minimum 12 months from the time you want to travel. What does this tell you? From the time I'm telling you this, if you now look at it, by the time this video is being made live here, right? But if you're watching it as a replay, the timing may have changed. But by the time you're watching me right now, if you are looking for January, it is less than 6 months away. But there are still people that even want to travel January, they've not started. In their mind, when it gets closer, they will start. And guess what? The only schools that you will see available at that time, schools that don't offer scholarship, schools that their school fees is so high, so nobody really went for them, so they still have slots. Then you are going to come back, you're going to cry. Dr. Linda, the only school I've seen are those that are calling millions of what your currency is, right? Because you are starting late. And I know, no matter how I shout it in this video, start early, start early, start early, there are people that they will still do this thing. In fact, some of them, when they finish, they will not quarrel me for not doing magic for them, despite the fact that they started late. Okay? Hey, what have we not seen in this world? So, start early. And what does early mean when it comes to study abroad? 12 months ahead of time. What does this mean? What does this mean? By the time you're watching this video, by the day, if you're watching it live, the day you're watching this video, this is like, you are now nearing that 12 months from next year, September. So some people don't know that the admission process that people are preparing for now, for those that really want full scholarship, They don't know that it's September the following year that they are preparing for. September the following year. Did you hear that? So, but there are people, they will wait few months to the time they want to travel, then they want to begin. You've missed it. Somebody say, I want to start October the next year. The question is there a school starting October? Like, when I keep saying that, ignorance is really stopping people from taking action. And when I mean ignorance, please, I'm not insulting you. Ignorance is an English word, which means you don't know something. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So, ignorance. What are the major resumption dates? January? Let me tell you. The major resumption date, September, is the first one. Okay? Now, the minor one is January. Minor. Now, there are some schools that will still take in between this time, but they are like tiny bits. So, even May, some schools will ask you to resume May, but this, as I said, this is the exception, not the rule. The major one is September, and if you want full scholarship, 95% of the schools that will give you full scholarship is for September starts. Then there are, okay, let me just say 90%. Then there is this 10% that will still give you full scholarship for January starts. And sometimes it can be, let's say you wanted to start September, but your visa didn't come out on time. You defer to January. Do you get? Because nobody will take the scholarship and keep it for you until when you come second semester before they give you. September is the official school start time for most programs. Hello, I'm talking about for most programs. It doesn't mean that there is never a program in this world that will start in April. Do you get my point? Do you get my? There is somewhere, somehow, something happened. There is. But that is the exception, not the rule. And if you want to start early, you want to start 12 months ahead of time, minimum. If you want to start early. Now, let me tell you, it doesn't mean you can't start 3 months ahead of time, or 4 months ahead of time, or 5 months. But when you do, better have your cash, pack it inside your bag like this. When the school just say, bring out pounds, they'll say 30,000 pounds. Bam, you just carry it and slam it on the table. Say, take your money. Oh yeah? Do you get it? If you are looking for full scholarship, you are wasting, you are deceiving yourself saying you want to start 3 months ahead of time. You are deceiving yourself saying you want to start 4 months ahead of time. Now, it doesn't mean you shouldn't start. You will start, but just know that there is a huge chance that you are going to move your dream to the upper year, not even that year that you are now starting. Start early. And what does early mean? Now, does it mean that somebody will not start exactly 12 months ahead of time or exactly 11 months ahead of time? They will. But your chance when you start 9 months ahead of time, your chance of getting scholarship is lesser compared to this person who started 12 months ahead of time. When you start 12 months ahead of time, your chance, even if it's a tiny bit, is a tiny bit lesser compared to somebody who started 18 months ahead of time. Because if you are, let's say you are starting 18 months ahead of time, you have time to review all the schools, to talk to all the people you want to talk to. You will just be the landlord of education, of study abroad. Do you get? You will know every school, everything. Now, that is how you get the scholarship. That is, some people, cut soap for me, cut soap for me. When you cut soap for them, they will not even use the soap. Alright? Cut soap for me, and they give you soap. You go use them. You go use them. That's the question. You go use them. Start early. Like I currently sound like a broken record, because if you watch most of my videos, you will hear me talking about this. Start early, start early, start early. Some people, they are dragging their feet. Somebody came, hey ma, please, instead of this one, can I stand next one? Well, who is going to force you? But that same person will be like, ma, as I was saying, I can still get full scholarship. What do you want me to answer you? If you're in my shoe, what answer will you give me? If I tell you no, that would be a lie. You can still get. But the question is, wouldn't it have been better for you to if you have started earlier? But it's like, we love you. Do you love yourself? Do you love yourself? So many people, year after year, they miss out on full scholarship because they miss the starting time. They miss starting on time. Even some people, guess what they will do? They will come 5 months to the time that they want to travel. That's when they start. Now, when they see that that one did not work, they'll go and relax. Then 5 months to the time again, they come back again. Hey, I'm ready now. Oh, God. My dear, what is wrong with you? It's because you don't know the timeline. That's what I call ignorance, which is not a bad thing. It's an English word. Okay? It's because you don't know the timeline. And that is what I'm telling you. When you know the timeline and you know how these scholarships work, you know that the faster you start, the better for you. And you have to preferably start a year before. Preferably. Start. It does not mean you can't quickly rush. Oh, it's December, January, February. It doesn't mean you can't quickly rush. Especially if you have your money. If you have your money, you see, you can start 4 months ahead of time. You can start 3 months ahead of time. Say, if you're going to UK, you have your money. Do you get? But if you're looking for scholarships, the earlier you start, the better for you. The earlier you start, the better for you. Why you may not even understand what I'm saying is because you don't yet know how the scholarships work. Advantage Migration, we introduce you to scholarship, different types of scholarship, but also the hidden scholarships that you will never see them advertising anywhere. I'm telling you. So now, many of those hidden scholarships, they have rules and regulation. Obviously, I can't start teaching you that here. The only thing I can tell you is that if you start on time, you're on bread. Okay? Start. Even if you saw this video, you get to see this video 3 months before. Start. At least when you use your 3 months to that time to do is like to test the waters. You are better prepared for the next round. So, irrespective of when you are seeing this video, starting now is far better than starting tomorrow. Irrespective of when you see this video, starting now is better than starting tomorrow. Check the description of this video. You are going to see any instruction on what to do and what not to do. Check the description of this video. Some people, they will not check the description of the video. They'll start commenting. They'll start asking their question. Obviously, you will see that you won't get response. Check the description of the video for instructions on what to do if you need to contact us or anything. Irrespective of when you see this video, starting today is better than starting tomorrow. That's the takeaway I want you to take away from this video. All right? Take good care of yourself till I see you again.